Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy M.K.S here, back here with another one of my Celtic football reaction videos, Celtic FC reaction videos. As I mentioned in some of my previous videos recently, today, basically, God, my cat is driving me nuts. I've got 3 cats and one of them driving me nuts right now, but they all seem to take turns to drive me nuts. Sometimes 2 or even all 3 of them together. But anyway, as I mentioned in some of my previous videos today, I hope to react to as many Celtic supporters channels as possible. So if you are a Celtic supporter and you want me to react to your channel, please let me know. Post up the link in the comments, or if you want me to react to anything to do with Celtic, please comment in the comments section and I'll try and react to it if and when I get the chance. But anyway, this is Ryan118, Ryan118's channel. I think his real name's Ryan Fitzsimmons or something like that. But anyway, please check out his channel and give his channel some love. Probably tell M.K.S sent you, although he doesn't really know me that well, but well, he probably doesn't know me at all. But anyway, I know I commented on his channel a few times to say I'd like to react to his videos, but I haven't got around to it yet. But I'll say I hope to react to as many Celtic related channels and content, as much Celtic related content as possible and that kind of thing. I'd love to be able to read comments and stuff like that and react to those in the future as well, perhaps. But I lost my train of thought. What I was going to say, sorry. I'll try and keep it as short and sweet as possible if I can, as I normally do. I know me, I'll probably fail at that, but I don't know if I'm going to react to the whole video or just some of it. But yeah, I think it's a cool channel. He's got that better voice than me, to be fair, but to be honest, probably not saying much. But he's got a nice Scottish accent, so a lot better than mine. Again, not saying much, but that's not saying much. But yeah, I lost my train of thought. Sorry. Because I don't get to watch the games, this is my own version of sort of match review. Because for games I don't get to watch, that's what gave me the idea to react to these channels, so that I can, that can be my match review kind of. But anyway, I did ask in the live chat on YouTube, who's your money on for the league? Rangers, Celtic, or not too sure was my options. And I asked for the neutral, well, not neutral, but asked people out there which side do you prefer, Celtic or Rangers, or the Rangers. I think it'd be interesting to read from different fans, or including those from other clubs who might like Rangers or the Celtic as a second team or whatever. But anyway, I'm going to try and stop waffling. I always think there's something else I meant to say, but I didn't quite get to. But I hope you enjoyed this anyway. I'll say this guy's got a lot better voice than me. It's not saying much, but he has got a nice Scottish accent, which I think is probably one of the best, if not the best accent around. So anyway, the cat is going crazy. He's so annoying. I don't know what's up with him. He ran out of the house as well, and I couldn't get him for ages. But luckily, he finally came back in. But anyway, he's making that really annoying noise, that whiny sound. I thought dogs were bad, but you can probably hear him right now. But anyway, here goes. I did feed him as well, so I don't know what he's whinging about. But I won't say what I said. I won't say what I said before I rolled the video. But anyway. I meant I won't say what I said before I made the video. Sorry. I was thinking earlier that so I'm using this time for the adverts to say this, but I was thinking earlier, what if Celtic could get loads of money, loads of investment from different sources, but I wonder if it'd be too late for this season anyway, because we can't make any signings until after the season, if I'm not mistaken.
For many of our customers, it's about more than just investing in their financial future. Pension Be Pension Confident.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and as you can see, change of scenery. I promise I'll get it done, no matter the result, no matter win, lose, or what happened to be a draw. I would be doing a match reaction of some sort from this lovely hotel room in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's a weird match reaction, isn't it? It's a frustrated one. It's an annoyed one. It's one that, if you look, listen, let's just cut to the chase here, Sharp. I said in the podcast, a draw for Celtic would never have been a bad result. A draw for Celtic kept us in the battle. It kept us in a position of strength. It meant that we had.
I am still a bit worried about the result, because I think that's Now we probably have to win all the rest of our league games, including against them, i.e. the Rangers, or the Rankers as they call them for some reason. It rhymes with word that begins with W. But anyway, on a serious note, I think we can't afford to drop any more points. And even I assume that Rangers are going to win all their games. So I think there'd be 1 or 2 points ahead of us. So they would win the league by 1 or 2 points if we both won all our games and they drew against us. So I still think we've got to go out and beat them again. But although it's at home, but with the crowd behind us. But still think they're probably slight favourites. I hope I'm wrong, but I hope we can still go out and win it. But I think they would be slight favourites in my opinion. But yeah, I was very disappointed, especially when we went 2 ahead. I really wish we could have got 3 or 4 and finished the game on the first half and put away our chances. And that could be something we'd rue. But I hope we're not going to rue it. Another thing I was thinking, like a lot of people accuse the Celtic board of penny pinching. But I think even if Celtic did get lots of money, I'd say from investors, shareholders, sponsors or whatnot, we wouldn't be able to spend it till I think the next transfer window is in August, if I'm not mistaken. So it does worry me that we're not going to be able to. The league ends in May, so we're not going to be able to sign any new players till next season. But if they win the Champions League money, they could have a lot of money to invest. But anyway, we'll roll the clip. I was going to say a few other points. I don't want the video to be too long.
In our hands as long as we won the rest of our games, including that game against Rangers at Celtic Park. But when you put yourself in the position that Celtic were in this afternoon, you put yourself in the position of the fact you're 2-0 up at half time, you're 3-2 up with minutes left, and then you don't leave the ground with all 3 points. It's pretty disappointing. And even though we still have that narrative there that Celtic can control the story themselves and go and win at Celtic Park and win every game and ultimately win the league title, there isn't that sense of guarantee surrounding that. I think that today, at moments in the game, Celtic showed that they're still better than Rangers, but all it takes is something to change a game, and that's what happened this afternoon. So that's all it takes at Celtic Park. So there's absolutely no guarantee that Celtic are going to win when it comes to that Parkhead fixture. So it's going to be a long road. As short as it is, I mean, there's only 6 games left in the season now. As short as that actually is, it's going to be a lot.
I hope that Celtic can win all the rest of our domestic games, of course, as I would. Even before the season started, a lot of people talked about Europe, winning in Europe, but I thought the first season should be a focus on domestic games. I think I was proven to be right, because I think it will take a few seasons with Brendan Rodgers still around to win those games. Sorry, I'm muting this because I don't want to keep pausing it and it goes too long. But please do check out the original as well on that note, Ryan118's channel. I was thinking like the Boston Celtics in America, basketball team, I believe they are. Don't really follow basketball, but I think they're called the Celtics, and I think they have an Irish connection. So I thought, as well as having a similar name to Celtic, obviously they're the Boston Celtic, but with an S on the end. But I was wondering what if their supporters and owner, what if their supporters supported Celtic and could even invest in the club and donate to the club, have shares in the club and whatnot, and what if even their owner had shares in the club? But again, I suppose that's looking to the future. It's not going to benefit us this season even if they did. I'd love to see Celtic get loads of money from different sources, like wealthy Arabian investors from Asia, Africa, Latin America, America itself, and all over the world. Again, Boston Celtics, perhaps the Boston Celtics, or however you pronounce it, and also like especially people from the Irish diaspora generally as well, the Irish government, Irish businesses, and the wider society in Ireland, and like lottery funds and Celtic political parties as well. I know I mentioned that before on my channel, but again, sorry for muting it, but I didn't want the video to go too long. But yeah, so I hope you check out the original video as well, because then you'll be able to hear bits I've muted over. But anyway, I'm going to unmute it.
And James Tavernier on strings. And in the first half, it was the same case of the same old losers. You know, Tavernier being the way he was, Goldson being the way he was, and that was, you know, you're going into it at half time. And I wasn't getting ahead of myself. I could easily have been on Twitter and said things and whatever. Wouldn't do that because you never know how a derby game's going to go. Why would you want to leave yourself with egg in your face? But that was how the first half felt. It felt like Celtic being the superior side, being the team that are clearly champions and defending a championship trophy. And it looked all easy. It looked brilliant. I was sitting at half time going, right, okay, this is great. 2-0 up. I think we can get another one in the second half, and that'll be it. Shut shop. Professional performance. Keep out any goals. We were brilliant. We were doing everything right. I think everybody put in a good shift. There was very little bad performers in the first half. If there was no bad performers in the first half, I would stretch as far to say Joe Hart made a couple of fantastic saves, which to me backed up the point I made the other day about being player of the year. First half, we were just in total control. And then the second half comes along, and that changes. And for me, the changing point of the game was when Rangers scored that penalty, because up until they got the penalty, there wasn't enough for me to suggest that Rangers were getting back into the game to the extent they did. They looked like...
I've heard different views about Joe Hart. Like some say, every shot that went against him, even direct shots, like he only had about 3 to deal with, and all 3 went in. So I've heard different views on Joe Hart. But anyone who watched the game or anyone who's seen clips, please let me know what you think about Joe Hart's performance. And about the penalty, a lot of people say it was a dodgy decision and they got help from the officials, which did make me think, what if there was... I think I probably mentioned this in previous videos. I know I mentioned it in comments on YouTube. Pretty sure I mentioned it on previous videos as well, and that kind of thing. But what if there was going to be an independent investigation into referees, and then they found that Rangers got favourable decisions, and then they got like points deductions or even demoted, like I was going to say demotivated then, demoted and demotivated, just like what happened with Juventus in Italy, like the Calciopoli scandal. But I suppose, as they say, we've got green and white tinted spectacles on, so I wonder what fans of other clubs, as I mentioned in previous videos, what do they think about that decision? Do they think it was a fair penalty or not, or do they think the referee favoured one team or not, or got the decisions right, or whatever? Or maybe some fans think that Celtic got unfavourable decisions in our favour. So I'd love to know, especially from neutral fans, but even from Celtic and Rangers fans as well. That'd be interesting.
Even a goal, and they were playing, a bit more positive than us. They were the team on the front foot, but there wasn't anything there that got me worried. There wasn't anything there that suggested to me that Rangers were going to come back and make it 2-2. But then the penalty happened. They scored the penalty and the game changed. Rangers were on top of Celtic. They were putting the pressure on the Celtic. They were doing everything aside chasing a game needs to do, and they were doing it well. And Celtic just were struggling to handle it. They handled it well at points. I'm not saying they were totally hopeless, but they changed the game big time. And Rangers found themselves back in the game quite quickly. They were just creating chances. They were making us stress. They were making us misplaced passes. We got sloppy, and you could see that those traits that I was talking about with Rangers in the first half, being sloppy, people getting run over the top of, that was, I was seeping into the other side. That was seeping into us. I couldn't tell you the amount of misplaced passes that we had in the second half, because I was counting after a couple, and that's because Rangers got back into the game. However, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about the nature of the Rangers penalty. And I know that's what most people are going to be clicking on for. I know people want to hear my opinions. It's not a penalty, but even Kenny Miller's agreeing with me. Kenny Miller's saying it's not a penalty. It's never a penalty. It's a terrible decision. I'm not surprised it's been given, and I think the hand has been forced to the fact that there was slight contact on Fabio Silva. But he was throwing himself, it was an embarrassment. He was throwing himself around the whole game, hitting the floor. I was watching this, maybe the first time in my life ever today, I was watching a game of a Rangers fan. Never watched a derby for a Rangers fan in my life. First time today, even the same things were being said. Silva was embarrassed. He was throwing himself to the ground every 2 minutes. Dive after dive after dive, and that's quite frankly what it was for the penalty. So, they go and make the decision. John Beaton says, yeah, it's a penalty, gives a penalty because there's a slight contact. It doesn't take away from the fact it's a dive. So how does it make a penalty? I
wonder, again, I don't want to pause it because I don't want the video to be even longer, so I know it's quite long, but yeah, I wonder what people think. Well, I can't remember what point I was going to make. I wonder if I accidentally called him Marco Silva earlier, but I think it's Fabian Silva. I wonder if he should face a few match bans for diving, because a few people said he was diving, but if it's been found that he was diving, which I think the evidence seems to be so, I wonder whether he should get a few match bans or whatnot, a suspension temporarily. Again, sorry for muting the video, but I did want to react to the whole thing. I thought with my waffling and on top of this video as well, which is about 11 minutes long, or just over 11 minutes long, I am conscious that it's already quite long, so it's longer than planned, because I do like to try and keep my videos at 10 minutes or less if I can, generally speaking. But I know I do often fail to do that. But as I say, please do check out the original video as well. I was thinking of wrapping it up, but I wonder what you think about my channel and about Ryan118's channel and about Celtic, Rangers, Scottish football generally, or anything else you want to comment in the comments on that note as well.
No, and it's a cracking finish from Matondo to win the game for Rangers, but there was just so many wee moments in that second half where you could see things weren't there for Celtic in terms of the same professionalism, the same mentality. McGregor's sloppy pass that led to a goal. Moments like Yang's defending when Matondo scores the equaliser. There was just moments where Celtic didn't shine through as the champions that they are, and they didn't hold on with that same mentality, and it's that the pressure got to them a little bit, and that's ultimately why we bottled it. It does feel unacceptable to bottle a game, a derby game, such an important derby game from 2-0 up, and then 2 up so late in the game to then walk away with a point. It does feel like that, and it's a bit of a gut punch, to be quite honest, but it is what it is. Matt O'Reilly, fantastic, sexy penalty, doesn't really matter now. Dyson Maeda, love you, doesn't really matter now. We got off to a great start, we just didn't follow through, did we? So, listen, Celtic Park is going to be a big one, but we can't just skip to that. You know, we've got St Mirren next, we've got the split fixtures, which we don't know the order of yet next. Celtic need to win every game from now till the end of the season. It's as simple as that. We can't lick our wounds. We can't let this be the end of the season. Listen, all week we've been saying a draw would be the worst result for Celtic, so don't act like it. You know, don't act like it's the end of the world. There still is a chance Celtic can get this done. We just need to win every game now. I don't know what your confidence feels like if you feel that we can do that, but I'm optimistic. I think I've seen enough in the positive side of today's game. That first half, if we can stretch that first half performance over 90 at Celtic Park and get the 3 points, but it is in paramount importance that we don't look forward to that derby. We look at a game at a time. St Mirren now, a place where we can slip up, a game where we can slip up. So we need to look forward to that one game at a time, get the job done, and then we'll take on Rangers when it has to be done. And hopefully Dundee can do us a favour this week. That would be nice. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up so I can go get my breakfast. I'm starving. Apologies for the lack of quality in terms of lighting and you know, the usual editing standards and stuff. You all know the reason why I'm here. I've got very limited equipment with me. But listen, I'm trying. I said I promised to get the video done and it's here. So let me know your opinions. We will dive more in depth to this game when I'm back on Wednesday. We'll go live and get a discussion going and whatnot. So check out the videos, try and get one maybe done before I'm back as well. We'll see what happens. Thank you all, like, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.
So thanks for checking out my video, guys. If you made it this far, thanks so much. I'd really love to read your opinions. When he said, let me know what you think in the comments, I was going to say, oh, please would be nice, as I often say. But another thing, what he mentioned about like Matt O'Reilly's penalty goal and Dyson Maeda's goal, and he said they don't really matter. I think they do, because we could have lost that game otherwise. So I think each goal we scored still kind of matters, and preventing goals and all that. So the draw rather than losing. It probably won't matter at the end of the season if we still lose. We probably won't think, oh, at least we drew against them or whatever. But they kind of do matter, because at least we got the draw. But I mean, well, I suppose at the end of the season we'll see if they matter or not. If we win the league by a point or a couple of points or whatever, I don't know what the maths is, but those goals will matter quite a lot, and each goal we scored, I suppose, will matter quite a lot. But something else he said, but I couldn't quite remember. But yeah, I hope Celtic obviously do win all the rest of our games. I hope, and maybe even other teams could do us a favour and either get a draw or even a victory, hopefully, against the Rangers, or Rankers as I call them. As it rhymes with a word that begins with W as well. But yeah, don't know why I call them Rankers, but I suppose it does fit with a word that rhymes with W as well. So I think coincidentally, I don't know where I come up with the word Rankers from. I probably read it somewhere else and thought it was my own idea. But anyway, yeah, I hope some other teams can do us a favour, but I don't think we can count on that. We've just got to focus on winning as many games as we can, preferably all of them, including against Rankers, because we'll probably have to beat them, maybe, more than likely, unless somehow they lose points, draw a few games or lose a few games or whatnot. I hope they lose their game in hand, but I fear they're going to win it. But that could be the difference. But anyway, peace and love. I am